10% discount.
If we can drop this into chat and in the description later. I don't know how computers work. But essentially, yeah, go check it out. They've got paints, minis, paint supplies. It's all really great stuff. I've actually been using their paint for a few years, and it's some of my higher quality stuff. So
the discount code is Don'tBreak10. That is at www.wargamesdelivered.com. Again, Don'tBreak10 at www.wargamesdelivered.com.
Nice. Darkness, would you like to go next? Tell us about your character.
I am Ramita Thornstep, the stout halfling barbarian that is the little old granny who slept through the entire session last time and somehow missed the whole raid of everything going on. She smelled smoke all night and wants to have a campfire now, but that's about where I am.
Awesome. And Rev, Baldric, tell us about your character, and then maybe let's go into the recap.
Yeah, so I am Sanguine Reverend, and I am playing Baldric, the erratic Warforged Butler Rogue. So last week, we started right after we had picked up our disguises, and we went back to the hotel to kind of get ready for the evening, get some rest in, get into ourselves. At that point, Rick had put together a lovely little continental dinner, if you will, for the rest of the group, and then we all went to a lovely church service where we learned probably not as much as we wanted in the service itself. We saw some glowing lights, saw them interacting with some children. After the service, we split essentially into two groups. There was the sensible group, and then there was my group. Boston and Rick went off to try and find where they were taking the kids so we could recover them. And Nash and, I'm sorry, I will get the Fenrana. Fen stuck around to investigate the church and see what they could find there. Boston and I got into a little bit of trouble and watched the kids disappear, seemingly as some sort of hologram.
We also pretended we were a gay couple that accidentally got our kids
we did do that.
Yes. Yeah, our kids sent to a salt mine, was it?
Yeah, we're not good parents.
No.
And then Nash and Fen actually did some real work, and they discovered a hidden room that had a portal. They were figuring things out, and then we came back and burned down the church, so we had to run, so we went through the portal. And then we almost got caught, so we had to run, so we burned down that building. So we split up, and Baldric, wanting to make sure we didn't get caught, burned down some more buildings.
We're having fun.
I take my pills and I'm happy all
the time.
It's going to be a great session. I'm so excited.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be awesome. So awesome. All right, I forgot about that, so I'm gonna roll a d12.
Now remember, if you're ever not sure of what to do, just burn down a building.
Only in D&D campaigns will specify. Only in a
Oh,
fantasy
Not legal advice.
Arson is not good in real life, people. Don't do it.
Please don't do arson. Do not. Okay, so
No.
no,
Only
Toady,
commit arson
Toady.
with your parents' consent.
Oh god.
You mean a
Only commit arson
campfire?
and put it out.
If you arson, you must be with a supervising adult.
Actually, I do feel the need to specify technically, and I have personal reasons for knowing, the legal definition of arson does require malicious intent. So you
That
can
is
burn
true.
down anything you want, as long as you're not being mean.
As long as it's not malicious.
Right.
As we go into the campaign, we return to the party. Just basically, everyone has gone back to the beds except Boston, who decided to stay up and watch for any suspicious activity that may lead to the I don't know, indicate that they were tracked somehow and was staying up in the lobby of the hotel that they were staying in. Night was paid for. I believe this is the same night. If not, we're gonna have to update if it was the second night. I believe yes. So it was the night that was previously paid for already. Boston.
Mm-hmm.
The news as you guys returned, midnight, which was about 40 minutes to an hour after the arson. The news came on and was breaking news. 2 locations had been caught on fire, and they would keep people updated as to the developments of that. Throughout the night, you got 2 more updates. First one, the breaking news was there were 5 other locations that were also set on fire that night. 3 of them were separate warehouses. 1 robotics supply shipment. 2, 1 a pharmaceutical, and 1 a storage, personal storage, kind of like public U-Haul kind of thing. And then 2 others locations were other churches.
Oh, great.
And the last update was that what included an interview with one of the priests who had been woken up that night as fires and ambulances and firefighters were going off to extinguish the said flames. The priest was interviewed, and the statement was, they don't think it's a war on religion. They need more evidence to presume. Right now, it seems to be random. And those were the updates that Boston was privy to see that night.
Right.
Darkness. Your character had a wonderful 24-hour sleep.
Oh yeah.
Just absolutely. You wake up in the middle of the night, we'll say around 2 a.m. But not for lack of dreaming. You did have one unusual, strange dream that you remember. Something about your grandchild, Viper. You were in the dream. You are with your grandchild, 6 years old, running around, playing on a child's play ground, sliding, swinging, doing all kinds of stuff. You're on this side bench watching. As they slide down, they go up on the ladder and they go up to the top. Go, what, Grandma, watch me. And as they slide down the slide, child ages rather quickly and becomes the same age as they are now. When they land, they stand up and look tired, exhausted, and overworked to a degree, you could say. Then it fades out, and you're back in the ring, running, jumping, rolling, hitting things like you normally do. But that's what you got. It's kind of... The rest of the dreams are similar to the second one, just normal, running and hitting things. Just kind of got the ache to punch something. Fenra. You sleep the full night, so by the time you have this dream and wake up, it will be morning. I will come back to Shit. Rev? No. I'm sorry. Darkness, what's the name of your character? Where's my sheet?
Ramita.
Ramita, that's
Or
what I thought.
Rim.
Okay. Rim. Okay. I'll come back to you, Rim, in a moment. So roughly around 8 a.m. is when the party will wake. But Fenra, you have a dream. Actually, it's not a dream, of course.
Yeah.
This is memory. But is it really? You find yourself on a beach. The ocean is moving. The breeze is going through. There is kind of a low wind, breeze perhaps. The water turns into a little puddle, a little stream. It gathers itself, starts going inland from the ocean, creates a river. The river banks grow wider. You find yourself downstream, inland. The river is bigger. It's getting huge. And then it stops. You find yourself in the middle of the river. The bank, empty. The water has disappeared. There are a few puddles here and there, like it used to be there, but the faucet was turned off somehow. You're standing in the middle, feet covered in mud, soil, as if someone just decided to turn off the river somehow, or whatever.
Okay.
And then this giant tidal wave comes at you.
Oh.
It is 30, 60 feet tall in the air. And then you wake up. Rim. It's 2 a.m. You've had far too much sleep. You are full of energy. What are you doing?
Rem kind of pops out of bed, just like, I feel like I should contact my grandkid. That was a weird dream. So I walk down the stairs, look around, see if there's anything I can use.
You have a sim chip.
I'm old. I forget about that.
Okay. Very, yes, applicable. So you're going downstairs to the lounge, and you're looking for something to write on. You see a regular lounge. There's couches on the outsides. It's a square room. There's no doors. You can go in and out of the room. It's like kind of an open. There's the check-in to the left. There's a bar to the right. And then there's just like a square walls. So you can go through to the bar to sit at it. You can go to the checkout counter or straight outside. Very open space. There's a few little tables in the middle and some chairs. Very nice, relaxing. There's a bartender and there's a receptionist. And there's Boston.
I got distracted because I'm like, what is Boston doing out right now? Because I completely forgot about everything, apparently. That sleep was just too good. So I head to Boston.
And you saw the two news reports, and Rim is up.
Oh.
Rim is walking around. The hell?
Oh, good. I thought you passed away in your sleep. How you feeling?
Oh my god.
Strange dreams. Very strange. But I'm feeling good now. Should I have a drink?
Yeah, I don't mind having one.
Are
What
we
you
in the
usually
bar?
get? Yeah.
There's a bar
100%.
next to you, so like you're probably like sitting Boston's probably sitting in front of a table in front of the bar. It's not quite directly on the bar.
Okay.
Probably. I'm not assuming.
He would, if he's paying attention to the news, he wouldn't be at the bar because, well, it's hard to focus when you're drinking.
People at the bar are watching sports or something. They've got their TVs set to what they want to see.
Okay. So I usually have like a smoky, I'm feeling really smoky flavors right now. Like a whiskey. What about
Okay.
you?
I'm always a whiskey person myself, actually.
Okay. Here's a butterscotch. I'll go grab us some.
Thanks.
Um,
I'll get that for later. A pocket butterscotch.
do you talk to the bartender, or are you just ordering?
I'll go to the bartender, I'll order and be like, hey, anything new?
As far as drinks,
Yeah, we want 2 whiskeys, make them extra smoky.
got it. Coming right up. Turns around, brings out 2 glasses of shots of whiskey on the rocks. Says we 2 gold pieces.
Okay. And
Or
Okay.
not 2 gold. Oh god, 2 meta. My brain. Megabits, yes.
2 megabit. Cool. Let me figure out how to get to that again. So I hold up my arm that has it and pay, and I get to asking like, what's all these people doing out at this time of night?
In this part of town, they're probably some of the hired security that walks around here and they're just enjoying the rest of the evening off. Oh, wait, you talk about the news?
What news?
You'll turn up the volume with the remote on his personal the TV he's watching off of.
Oh.
Fire's
that's why I
here,
want
fire's
something.
bad. Yeah, crazy night. Be sure.
I have a strange feeling. Am I forgetting something?
Yeah, you kind of missed our scheduled appointment to go visit that.
Drat.
We had a plan tonight. Yeah.
I was hoping to hit things.
Wasn't too much hitting the things, sadly.
Aw. But fires.
I don't know what
We
you're
should
talking
go
about.
camping.
Camping,
Yeah.
like outside.
Maybe?
What they put in your whiskey?
Not enough.
It was all this time.
So time goes by. The 2 of you are chatting it up, having some whiskeys, having fun. Before you know it, 8 a.m. rolls around. The rest of the party gets up. There's a lot more people checking in, checking out. It's starting to get busy. The drunkards of the night have gone to bed. The bar is empty. Shift changes. People are starting to come around more. It's getting a little more lively. Sun's coming up. What does the rest of the party do?
For the record, he sticks to 1 whiskey. He just slowly sip it throughout the night.
Is there one of those like really terrible workout rooms that's in like every hotel that I've ever been in?
No.
Get like half a weight set.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
One
not
running
terrible. It's actually rather decent because Baldric didn't go for the most expensive, but did not spare expense. So this one's actually a really good one. The machines are all up to date. They all have their equipment. They're not missing anything. The carpet is good. It's not worn out in any places. There aren't pieces like, the pleather or vinyl isn't cracked or anything. It's nice. It's nice.
Good to know. Yeah, so Nash has had trouble sleeping for sure and is getting a morning workout. If he can beat some things, he's going to throw some punches in that gym if possible. If not, he'll just throw around some weights.
There's definitely a punching bag.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Rev? Senra? What are your characters doing upon awakening?
Ben is going to immediately check the news to see what the damage was last night on their personal stuff, knowing that we burnt down 2 places. And then Mr. Robot said he was going to go burn down more places.
So the news that you get are some blogs about it, summarizing the updated news that buildings, for the most part, were not destroyed too much. The first 2 were the ones that alerted authorities. They were burned the most. The church, the headquarters, the main room was definitely destroyed. The lobby was somewhat. There's smoke burns, or there's charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Scorch
definitely scorch marks. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. And of course, smoke damage throughout the kitchen and then the rest of the area. The warehouse, the rafters were definitely destroyed, and one of them collapsed. But for the most part, the entire structure building around it is still standing. Having those been the ones that alerted the authorities that caused everything, the rest of them received very minor damage on the outside. Trash cans or dumpsters, sort of thing. They were not. They were the least scathed.
Yeah.
No one was harmed or injured, as the reports say.
No one was harmed or injured.
As the reports say, yep.
That does not bode well, as I most definitely remember hitting people. Okay. In that case, I'll go down and try and see if there's like some food or something like that they can get a hold of in the morning, coffee, tea, some such, whatever, and then find the rest of my group.
As you come down into the lobby area, there is definitely a kind of restaurant style, restaurant/cafe style cafeteria. It's much nicer, and as there's carpet throughout the whole area, and again, very much a restaurant type situation. But there's a continental breakfast as a. It is kind of a buffet situation. Get a plate, fill it up, go as often as you need. The food looks good. It's not really like that shoddy Shoney's / golden golden buffet kind of deal, or Golden Corral. Sorry, it's not like that. It's a lot better quality. Portions are
Golden Corral. I love.
Depending on your Golden
Western
Corral,
sizzling.
it could be somewhat questionable. But
That is fair.
it is not of that stature, and able to get a pretty decent breakfast.
Awesome. Okay. So then, yeah, they'll just go through and like get a parfait and a couple of other things to kind of like hide them over with like granola and stuff until they find their friends and potentially, probably a nice relaxing tea. Nothing with caffeine.
There are those as well as coffee and your normal. You can even go to a little mini bar where they have like espressos and cappuccinos and stuff.
And then make my way out after I've paid whatever it'll cost if I cost anything.
The mini bar, yes. The mini bar will be, I would say the copies would be somewhere around 0.5 megabyte.
Okay. Extract that from my coin. Inventory. Oh. Okie doke.
I feel like that makes it so that after the workout, Nash is... Well, actually, no. Baldric hasn't... You haven't said what you were doing, have you?
Oh yeah, Baldric, what did you...
wandering around trying to find the highest gathering of our group, which, as I understand right now, would be in the bar.
Yep.
Hey, you want to get some breakfast? Or is this breakfast?
I do not require breakfast, but we can certainly go.
Oh, hey Rick, I was talking to Ramita.
Oh, food is always
Hello?
a good option. Never skip breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like about this time is when Nash rolls up after his workout with a plate full of those hard-boiled eggs they have out. And then, like half a plate of bacon, and maybe a parfait on the side for a little bit extra of some cheese, just a pile.
So you've got one of those really long oblong ellipse type plates, and on your arm,
One of the serving traits.
and you also have one of those larger 9-inch plates. So the ellipse plate is balancing on your arm. You got a big long plate on the other side, and then whatever the hell is in the other arm. You're pretty. You just got a good amount.
Yeah, I mean somewhere around like a dozen eggs, a pound of bacon, and that's just for starters.
Hash browns.
Master Nash, do you need a hand carrying that?
I'm probably fine. It gets lighter the more I carry it.
And he's definitely nibbling off of it.
He'll vacuum up an entire egg right after that. Just
Oh, that one indeed makes sense. We had.
Good morning.
Go. Awkward silence. Anyway, sorry. We had a enlightening night last night, Miss Rim.
I realized that I forgot, and I slept in.
We also did not come to get you, so that's slightly on us as well.
Granny's got to sleep. I don't think you could have woken me up even if you tried, so here I am. I was in weird dreams all night. Been up since 2 now.
Yeah.
Had a couple drinks. Getting food. It looks yummy.
Well, as you have seen on the news, last night was interesting.
Oh, so they were you guys.
No.
I just know I wanted smoky stuff when I woke up because all I could smell was smoke, and then I saw fires.
Yeah, that's true. She had like 4 shots of whiskey.
Oh my, were there fires last night?
Ben just kind of glares over at Baldric.
I wonder if they
very
had
novel.
Anyway, let's get into more stuff today because I am ready. I'm awake.
Yeah. Actually, Fen, you got that thing we got last night, right?
I do believe so. The box, correct? I didn't ever actually get the time to go into it because I crashed out as soon as I walked to my room.
You're fine.
But if we do want to adjourn to my quarters, we can definitely open it up and see what it is inside of it.
Do they allow food into the rooms?
I mean, it is a hotel, so I would assume one would have...
I don't know the customs. I've never been to a place like this.
We did have an entire 4-course meal in a room last night, so...
That is true, but I don't know if Rick asked for that.
Hotels along this line generally tend to allow a bit more privacy in the rooms, and therefore allow you to get away with a bit more.
Indeed. Cleaning staff as well compensated for people living like they're at their own house, honestly.
I've snacked in every hotel I've ever been in, so, you know.
I really thought you were going to say every room in this building.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Give Nash time. Give Nash time.
I guess we collect giant plates of food then.
I have a bowl.
As many as my
Rick
little
also
body
collects like plates of food, which I'm sure looks so weird in line. Just a robot in a suit getting plates.
I can imagine like he's picking up. He's got 2 plates that he's carrying, and Nash is like putting a couple on his arms, and then like puts one on his hat.
It's server style, like straight up one arm across the shoulders, and then down the other.
Yep, and then one on his hat, his top hat, that's just kind of balanced. He's doing the whole princess walk. And it's all foods, all kinds of foods, breakfast and lunch and dinner and, you know, grapes and strawberries and cantaloupes and everything. So everyone is heading back to the room, correct? To Fenris?
I believe that, yes. Fen is leading the way, at least that way.
Okay. Heading back up to the room. Same hall as everyone else. Everyone's kind of scattered. Some people might have next to each other. Finrana, you enter your room, same as you left it. The box. I'm assuming maybe placed on top of the dresser next to a TV or some. Well, this room would probably have a display portal. Oh my god.
Love it. The top hat.
So here's the thing. I know that on the stream you guys can't see how tall this hat actually is.
He's going down.
That's awesome.
Pretty massive.
It's still higher. It's still out of frame.
On the floor.
It's about as big as Riv's head.
So. Yes, a little bit bigger, actually. Taller.
That's nice.
It's fantastic.
And it collapses as Rick's hat does.
I love it.
So you pick up the box and you open it?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't seem to be like closed any way that would alert anyone if I opened it. Is it just like a crate or?
No, it is a shipping box. It is probably semi-standard size, so we're talking, let's go 5 inches tall and 12 by 9.
Okay. The Emerald 97 just redeemed a stretch, by the way.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Let's all stretch.
I am stretching. You just can't see it.
I am same. I'm
When
stretching
I
my
stretch,
brain.
The bird attacks my arm. It's fine.
It says no move.
No move. That is so cute.
I mean, the bird's just stretching its neck. I mean, it works. Everyone's stretching.
You open the box, and you all die. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, great.
Mustard gas, great.
TPK right now.
What we deserved.
100%.
No.
Do anything. I was just sleeping. I don't know about you guys.
It's your fault. That's why we died.
Yeah.
You didn't stop us.
So
I mean-
you open the box, and then there are vials in there.
Vials.
Vials, lots of vials.
I am going to pull one out and see whether or not I can like tell what the liquid is inside of it, like through viscosity and such like that.
I'm gonna sniff it.
Oh well, then there's that. That's
roll
not
it.
actually how you because I'm just imagining Rim just like puts their nose up to it. You're supposed to Oh.
So these vials, these are little tubes. There are about 5 inches long, roughly. So there's like 2 rows with a little bit of a top that spins on it. And they are filled with a light blue liquid.
Light blue, as in similar to last night.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Cool. That I think is what Fen is good at. It's better than most. That would be a 16.
Absolutely. This is similar to the liquid that you saw last night. It is thinner, though. It seems to be more watery, less gel-like.
Is that perhaps a more pure version of it, since it's not been contaminated with anything else?
What you're holding, which since you rolled a 16, which was much higher than a 10, you would think to pull out the little perfume bottle that you had and scooped up the sample. Comparing the two, the viscosity that you have from the night before is thicker and seems to be a more condensed agent than the one in the little tube vials.
So probably
Same color,
a stronger version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The gel would be more stronger.
good. Great. I do believe we have a box full of acid. Magic dissolving acid.
Okay, I was about to specify. I'm like, I don't think you've been around enough drugs to know if that's acid or not. But okay, thank you for clarifying. Anyway,
I mean,
What?
at this point, why not the Unitap acid? We've done every other crime.
That is
Nearly.
fair.
is there a label
We
on
have
this
yet to
box?
murder anyone.
I mean,
Is there a
we
label on it?
That is
Children.
to be debated. There were no bodies found, technically, but I did most definitely crash a scaffolding on top of somebody. Fen says under their voice.
Yeah, that did. 100%.
You're not dead unless you see a body.
No body,
that's
no crime.
Worse because they
Not the time,
saw
Rick.
our faces.
Well, our dolled up faces.
Still our faces. And not exactly hard to take a computer and take makeup off of a person. Though, to be fair, they are supposedly an occult that hate technology.
Yeah, and also, if they care on this stuff, I don't think this is street legal by any means.
This acid is most definitely very, very watched. It's used in experiments and by scientists and people who are very much certified to have it. To have it just randomly in a warehouse is most certainly weird.
Fenra, roll another intelligence check, but let's do investigation.
Investigation? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, that's a +6. And I needed it because that's only a 14.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you got a 20?
No.
Or is it 14 total?
It's a 14 total. I got an 8 +6. Oops.
Okay, nice. So, with what you know from Auroran, from studying various parts of magical components and the comparison between the two. You notice that the color of the vials are a little more shinier, maybe a little more sparklier, and it is not something that is described in the catalogs at Auroran. The thick viscous one, absolutely controlled, very much so. Thick, needs to be maintained, orderly. But this vial, this box of vials, is something new. Perhaps a new animal, some testing would be required to find out what it does and what they may be doing with it.
Now this is going to sound weird. Does anyone have a magical item they're not entirely attached to?
Do you just carry magical items around you?
Not currently, but back home I did.
Where you? That's a conversation for later.
What meaning of not attached do you have? I can remove a finger.
Would that be DM? Would that be considered a magical item?
What?
His finger. At the very least, we can test whether or not it works on the metal he's made of. But I don't know whether or not he's
Which
magic.
finger?
Not the burning one. Not the burning one. I am not taking that one.
That's
Is that an important one for us to keep?
No.
Here, pull my finger. No. Is it the
I
blue
was
finger?
thinking just a random pinky.
Okay, so not the blue finger. Okay, because the blue finger is it would change things. So yeah, so random, another finger than this. That yes would be considered a magical object.
Would you mind if I poured some acid on it? It may destroy it ever so slightly. But I shall try and make amends for you if it does. The viscosity of this is not the way it ought to be. It's too thin. It doesn't seem to be potentially as powerful. It could be have different uses.
Well, of course, I volunteered it. A small screwdriver comes out of the tip of one of his fingers, and he unscrews another finger and hands it over to you.
I greatly appreciate this, Mr. Rick.
The finger he hands you has, with your sensibilities and what you can tell telepathically? I don't know. Whatever the powers that you have, able to tell this is infused with an aura essence. It would be the same as if it came up off a person.
Okay. At this point, Ben's eyes have most definitely just kind of zeroed in on this thing. They've finished their food, so they're probably at this point rinsing it out with something, because glass bowl seems like a good medium to dump acid into. So yes, standardly, this stuff is supposed to basically get rid of the material components that magic items attach themselves to, rendering down to simply the magical essence. We shall see whether or not that works here. And they're looking down, their eyes are starting to glow, and they're just kind of focusing in on this and pouring acid at different points on the finger. And different volumes of acid every so often, and observing.
Is it safe to breathe? I mean, I don't care. I'm just curious.
There is definitely a need for PPE, but wrap a scarf around your face.
Scarf?
Scarf, rag, fabric.
No, know what a scarf is? I'm just... never mind. You do your stuff.
Right. In their defense, you don't seem as one who would use a scarf.
No, you're right. I don't carry a scarf.
Anyway, but yeah, so they're gonna, like, as much as they can, do this safely. And start pouring acid on Baldric's finger that he gave to me.
I'm just gonna be, like, sitting on a chair in the corner, just... What am I looking at?
By any chance, do these rooms have balconies? With a
I would-
Question.
Some of them would. They're very small, though. They're not elaborate. It's just
That
a
is
little.
most definitely doing this by the window.
Are you concerned about ventilation while we're playing with caustic chemicals? That's ridiculous.
Nash, Nash will go stand out on the balcony because the towels aren't big enough to wrap around his head, probably.
Oh no, they would be. They would be.
Yeah.
They're
Big
like beach-sized towels. They would
What
definitely
kind of
wrap
towels
around.
do you think they sell here?
This is a high-end
Don't sell the
establishment.
towels. The towels stay here. You're not taking the towels with you, are you? Don't be that guy.
I mean,
Look,
don't do that.
Free soap, free towels, free lamp, free bed. I mean, it's all free.
Free robe.
Yeah.
I find it ironic that the rogue is lecturing the barbarian on stealing towels from a hotel room.
for the record, which he's not.
Also, is the
Yes.
paladin. He's correcting the paladin on stealing.
That too.
Our
I
paladin is so backwards. It's great.
It'll be,
he started out as a criminal, so like.
there's more than one way to be redeemed.
There we go, right?
Okay, so you pour. We'll say you're standing next to the balcony. The sliding door is fully opened, and Nash is standing outside. You pour the liquid onto the finger,
Mhm.
and usually there is a small fume and some bubbling, but not a lot. Especially with the size of the finger, this would be a very small, inconsequential amount. Yes, reaction, exactly.
Yeah.
However, there is no reaction. It just lays on it and falls off, and nothing happens.
Fen, you seem to be the smarts around here. Question: they were using the thick stuff like the bowl, right? You said that was like going through the portal and
It was
What the
feeding the
kids
portal.
said.
It was the source of the energy.
okay. So was it also the energy for the kids though? Isn't that why you went in the back room?
Yes. It was also towards them, however, through the portal. It's complicated, it seems. It seemed to be powering, one, the portal, and two, whatever they did to the children. Though, from what you said, the children were not actually there after.
Yeah, they were gone. The bus that they were on were just vanished into thin air.
Did we see the kids go through a portal, or he was on them from the moment they left, right?
Yep, he was on them from the moment they left. They boarded the bus. Boston went to go talk with the chaperone. And after several moments of talking and deciding that he was going to punch the guy's lights out, it all vanished. Yes.
Because I'm thinking, that kid, Trixie, right? They had the ability to heal, like, really well. And if they're sitting on those front pews...
Infusing the children with magic, which was already a theory, yes.
Right,
Especially
so...
with the tingly feeling.
And I mean, usually that stuff is used to turn off magical effects. How hard would it be to switch how it works?
Well, so using the acid doesn't so much turn off the magical effect as it does revert it back to magical energy,
Okay.
making it easier to transfer it to the children. The
So,
portal.
so if this stuff is thinner, would it be able to work in smaller doses then?
No, because this should have been a very easy thing to dissolve, and it did nothing. There's
Is it
not even a
possible then
scorch on it.
that my finger now has magic?
Did it change the effect of whether or not the finger is magical?
Not that you can tell.
Should we grab some thins and see if we can make things magical?
Yeah.
Ollivander's my finger.
You're pretty magical yourself, though, there, Rick.
You know, there was an easy way to find all of this out last night. And it was not burn down the warehouse that may have had documentation on all the stuff that we want to know.
We didn't burn down the factory, Nash. We set one thing on fire, and the ventilation system was taking care of it.
Crash the other things on the thing.
That was not my fault. That had nothing to do with
That's a
that.
lot of fire all at once. And now they...
Yeah, mine didn't cause fire. Mine just crashed down.
Yeah, that was not me. I couldn't do that.
There were people following us, and I did not want them following us.
All I'm saying is we're burning bridges and we're trying to get somewhere. At some point, we're going to get stranded on an island.
I do believe we're already there. I'm going to do something incredibly stupid. Do not copy me. They're gonna
maybe?
poke.
Seems to be our area of expertise.
They're gonna
I'll
poke the
touch it.
liquid in the bowl.
They put a what in
Poke
the
it?
bowl?
Poke it with their finger. Yes.
Like, okay.
I know it's incredibly stupid. However, Fen is going for. I need to figure out what this is, and if it damages me, then I know it is indeed acidic. However, wrong acidic.
Nothing happens.
They're going to waft it towards them. Like, what is the scent even similar to the other acid?
Scent? There was not really a scent to the gel. I don't think I described a scent.
No, there.
Could you hand
I
me
don't
a
think
jar,
there was a
please?
scent.
Could you hand me one of the vials?
Most certainly. And I hand it over to Rick.
Rick flips open the telescopic eye and focuses on it, and I cast because I remembered I can do that. Identify.
Well, that's great.
He wanted to share the glory.
Ben over here doing the scientific theory, and we could have just magicked this away.
Oh gosh, I love it. Okay, so your telescopic eye comes out, and it kind of goes down to microscopic levels. And you can see the components as it's, the little, however it is, under my microscope. And you're seeing an essence very similar to what would be, let me see what we got. Actually, hang on.
You guys wouldn't believe this. It looks amazing.
I mean, it's
Very
pretty color.
shiny.
It's pretty color.
Pretty color.
I got a page for it.
I'm struggling to even find the words to describe it.
Don't. Okay.
Is the word blue?
Sparkly.
Lapis lazuli?
Maybe
Edible? I mean-
liquid?
Azure.
I had a thought
Mm.
while the
Very
DM's looking for it. If they're able to use the thickest stuff and give it to the kids, and whether a couple, hits of it, if you would, and then they have the ability to heal, what's stopping them from selling a thinner version on the street?
My concern is that we're only seeing some of the powers being granted.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to rise some sort of revolution against technology. Having magical soldiers, specifically magical child soldiers, would be a dangerous way to go about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not even think about that one.
Oh God, what did you? I'm sorry. What did you? I was
What's that?
not listening. I was looking.
I was talking about child soldiers and blood diamonds.
Yeah, and if this might be some sort of like short, cheap version of it so that they can mass produce and sell it.
Gotcha. So the identifier comes out, and the calculations in your head come up with the result of this being a liquid that has the ability to communicate with organic matter, specifically animals.
I'm sorry. Did we
Each
find a
vial.
potion?
I'm sorry?
We found potions.
This is, yeah, technically.
Bottled spells.
This is, the one that you're looking at has the ability to speak with animals 3 times. So long as the person or animal has a dex, so,
And into
save of
3 or higher.
DC 13. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so this box is filled with these vials similarly of having ability to give a person speak with animal. Or animal influence, I should say. Specifically, if you want to look up in D&D reference, it is Ring of Animal Influence. 3 charges, and it regains 1d3. Well, no, not the charges, because once the liquid is gone, the liquid is gone. But 3 charges once drunk. Animal friendship save DC 13. Fear save DC 13. Targeting only beasts that have intelligence of 3 or lower. Speak with animals.
With my previous experiences, have I seen anything like this being sold anywhere?
No.
Good to
I
know.
have. So it's potions of essentially speak with animals. I think I might have an idea as to what's going on.
Potions? You mean like the whole magical thing that you can drink and it doesn't affect?
Yes, only it seems that they might have a collection of potions, and whichever ones they pour into the bowl, which was then being channeled through the children, are being equally applied to them all.
Or they're finding a way to bottle spells.
And through glory.
Enrana,
Essentially.
with
No.
a
They need
16
more blue.
intelligence investigation, you have this inspiration to perhaps use the gel that you have on Baldric's finger.
Okay.
Lubricate my finger.
I'm a burn it. It's gonna be a gone.
I'm gonna take a
I'm
step
sorry.
back and give you guys some space, I guess.
No,
Need some privacy.
please don't leave me alone here.
I don't know. Started this.
But yeah, no, yeah, they'll go ahead and kind of dab some of the gel onto his finger that's still in this bowl.
Instantly, you see the reaction that you were expecting. There's a poof of smoke that bubbles, and it covers all through the finger, all around it, soaking it, and as it drips down, turns a slight purplish color, as is the normal reaction, as it removes the magic within the member.
Finger.
The thingy.
by fingy.
The fingy.
The digit.
And the finger is now just a piece of metal.
That is what it was
Ah.
supposed to do.
Did Did I just have a finger that would allow me to speak to animals, and you melted it?
I can reapply if you would like. However, it only lasts for 3 times.
Well, I'm also not quite sure that the finger would work as designed anymore. It's fine. I can repair and replace.
I apologize. However, that does mean that they are not, in fact... They would have to siphon this off to reapply. It wouldn't go straight to, okay, here is healing. You know? It would just be raw magical energy that they can channel however they choose.
Did you, you said that there was a rune, anything, like, underneath the pews, right?
There weren't runes per se, there were wires, honestly.
DM, was there not a rune at the bottom of, like, the pew? There was the wires that attached to it, and then some, like, a place that they stepped on had, like, an alchemy ring, for lack of better words, or an alchemy circle? Or am I mixing up my notes?
You're mixing up your notes.
Oh,
Yeah,
right?
it was just like a pad that kind of, like, lit up and below them, wasn't it?
No, it was the chair itself. The lights, there was a row of lights. I imagine a bench, and then there was a row of lights on the back of the bench. There was a disc that they would, need to lay on or sit up against, as well as one underneath their bottom. But these did not light up. And there was no design on it. It was just a disc, but it did radiate with energy.
So it was a wireless charging pad.
Basically.
Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we probably need to get back to that factory.
Back to the scene of the crime that we tried to burn down.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't see how that could go terribly wrong.
Yeah.
I am not exactly experienced with being a criminal in any way whatsoever. However, that does ring to have a very bad connotation for us. We will get arrested.
Well, here's another thing. Well, we don't have enough information with what we got, and they're doing something with those kids. And this ain't enough proof to get them put away for it.
I mean, honestly,
that's my concern.
In the acid,
well, I think we have a fair chance of getting past them without them realizing we are the same people. As previously mentioned, we were all under various disguises. So if we go back as ourselves and investigate, we now have something legitimate to investigate. The church fire.
Didn't yours disappear right before we went through the warehouse?
Mine did, but my face is not unique like yours is. If I put on my original suit and change the color of the suit, I'm a completely different robot.
Can I make a call instead of us walking back to...
We're not going right now, but sure. Well, what's on your mind, big guy?
I just want to make a call. And Nash is gonna step out and dial up Spider.
Are you stepping out onto the balcony where you already were, or outside of the room hallway?
So he'd step out into the hallway and then again into his room.
Okay, gotcha.
To not be talking about this in the hallway, because that feels dumb.
Says the barbarian.
Let me talk to my criminal contact in the hallway of this nifty hotel. Nothing will go wrong there.
We got a cool-headed barbarian, a klepto paladin, a gentleman rogue, and a bard that doesn't want to get in trouble. I think we might have done something wrong.
I think we did the right thing for all the wrong reasons.
Hey, that's my album cover.
There we go. Name of the episode. Okay. Tony.
Yeah.
Or Nash, what you call Spider?
Yeah.
Alright. Shit. Where's my information on Spider?
Spider, I think we may have just had like 2 lines on Spider. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spider was
Do we need to deafen ourselves real quick so that way we don't get spoilers, or it's up to you guys, obviously, but
I'm gonna leave it to Tony.
I feel like Boston would have met Spider, so I'm
Okay.
not worried about Boston knowing about. I'm not worried about people knowing the general information about Spider.
Right.
Spider is somebody Nash met in prison. Spider is a web specialist that also it does a little bit of tattoo work on the side. And Nash actually befriended him getting a tattoo one time. But here's the thing. As Boston knows, there were about 7 spiders when they were in prison together for the
100%.
month. Just for the month. Right? People decide that they really want to go by the name Spider for some reason.
It was, yes, it picked up really quickly and people wanted to be that person.
So yeah, so Nash is gonna reach out to Spider, and basically check in on, because if this is a controlled substance, there need to be sourcing it from somewhere, and those jobs may be on the shadier side of things, which Spider may be keeping an eye on. So he's gonna see if Spider has any idea about where some of these jobs may be going and who's ordering the jobs.
Okay. Is it a phone call or text or how? Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it a quick phone call.
Okay. So, and you're calling it like 8:30 a.m. 9?
That's right. It's stupid early.
Yeah, you don't get an answer. They're more likely asleep.
Nash will leave a voicemail.
Okay.
But Spider,
I'm gonna go talk to Nash.
It's Nash, Bill, and I for sure need a web, and you know, it's about this job I'm working on, and I need some information about some jobs that may be being asked for. Yeah, dude, you know, I got you. Give me a text back when you're up, and it'll be good. I'm excited to work with you again. All right, this is Nash again, and bye.
You hang up, and there's Boston, what were you about to do? Or were you
after Nash leaves, I wait about 6 seconds, and I'm gonna go talk to Nash. Make sure that stuff doesn't spill anywhere.
So you enter the room just as Nash is saying,
I knock on the door. I'm not gonna be an asshole.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. Nash, you gotta knock on the door.
It probably comes during one of Nash's long in that voicemails, which means that he continues the voicemail for you know, a good solid minute before he goes and opens the door.
You alright, kid? You seem shaken.
We were just supposed to check out the church. That was all we were supposed to. Now we've got heat on us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be keeping my nose clean. That's what I thought we were doing here. All right.
Nash.
All of a sudden, we're covered in crap here. All right. So I'm trying to find a way not to shove our faces back into it.
Nash,
No. No.
what about the kids?
I don't know if it's still a secret.
The kids
Yeah.
that disappeared that we then got rid of our only lead to finding them ever again? What about those kids? The kids you cut us off from? What about them? We decided to go about this in a way that doesn't make any sense and put us in danger and solve nothing. Yeah, and I'm pissed off about it.
There's a first. I'm just surprised is all.
Surprised?
Yeah. I did not expect the last 2 days to go the way it did. Surprised at myself, surprised at you.
Here's the thing.
You don't gotta follow me through with this, but it's personal.
Here's the question I have for you. And you don't gotta answer it now. Are you looking for redemption, or are you looking for revenge? Because I know what you promised me.
It's not a 1, 2, 3, it's done sort of thing. Everyone trips. Everyone makes mistakes. But, people died under my watch in a place that I once called home. I just want answers more than anything, and for the record, I did not plan, or nor did I ask Rick to burn the church like that. I was just gonna light one of the hymnals on fire. It's a small thing. He burnt the entire fucking place down. That was not my idea. I guess I'm a bad influence. But I mean, you already knew that.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
But I put out a call to Spider.
Which one?
Remember Spider? He did the tattoos and really liked paninis.
The web spider. Yeah. Not. Yeah.
yeah. Not workout spider.
Not workout spider. Stabby spider. Or
yeah, shaved head spider. No. Not.
I heard he died actually.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, he deserved it. It's fine. Anyway.
But right now I'm looking for something to get us closer to helping our friends or the church or somebody. Right now we're just raining down pain.
I mean, there are parts of this town that we could try to start selling some stuff or try to find someone who'd be interested in buying explicit goods. Information gathered might not be a bad idea. Only reason why I suggested we go back to the factory is because they know something was stolen and they're going to be looking for it, or they're going to try to move for the product as quick as they can. Because now someone has their stuff. Which will make things even harder if we can't figure out where they're going. I promise I got a plan, it's just not always 100% thought out.
We could... I'm in for tracking.
Obviously, we gotta talk to the rest of them and see what their thoughts are. Though I'm pretty sure the granny's gonna want to bust heads instead of doing some intel gathering.
I mean, as long as it's like non-lethal, would like knock somebody out.
Yeah, I don't. I don't kill anymore.
Not on purpose, and yeah, I get. But we towed the line real hard last night.
Didn't have anything to do with those. I can't. The most I can do is maybe heal you aggressively. You know that.
I mean, that begs the question then. Are they the right group of people?
We've had there's worse.
Yeah, pick a spider, all right, and they're worse. Yeah, but
Man, we've only known for 3 days. I mean, what do you want me to say? Less than 3 days. It's been less than 2 days.
all right.
Well, Rick, we've done 3 days, but yeah.
We can't ditch him now.
Nah. Pretty sure Fen would rat us out.
That's the one I'm least worried about.
Really?
But they're probably wondering where we're at this point.
Yeah. That's...
Reconvene with the group.
Yeah.
You do?
At least I think so. It's
Yeah.
Rick, you are muted.
As they walk back in, Rick's just like, and that's the best way to press and fold a jacket if you're going to be spending an evening at a society dinner.
I think at this point, we're going to take a break before we actually reconvene with the group. Hope you guys want to stick around and find out the conclusion of tonight's episode. We will be back in few, and yeah.
see you soon, y'all.
See you soon.
Boy, boy, the enemy.
Bye-bye.
And it's time to welcome back the party of breaking character. We're back and ready to probably break some more. Let's be honest about this. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome
Guten
back
Morgen.
to Breaking Character. We are back from our break, and we're going to pick up in the hotel room where everyone will reconvene after discovering or at least assessing the mystery liquid and what its components are and how it's maybe vital to the
Bad guy's plot.
situation. Well, what?
The bad guy's plot.
The bad guy's plot, maybe. We'll see. How does what's the rest of the meeting going like? You have Nash and Boston re-entering your room, Fenrana.
Inrana.
I will butcher that name again.
I mean, we could all take turns trying to pronounce their last name.
I think that would take an entire episode.
It's bad, y'all. I am notorious for doing horrible names.
I will head.
Does it begin with an O, so it can be F-O?
No, it starts with an E. It's on my Discord thing right there.
I can't read.
It's ETZATHS.
It's dyslexia's nightmare.
It's yes, I am my own worst nightmare. Let's go.
I believe it's pronounced Hubert.
Hubert. Yes.
Hubert.
Accurate.
So what did we miss?
Rick here was showing me how to fold a jacket, though I mostly wear robes, so it wouldn't do me much good. Though very useful knowledge for later, I suppose.
I don't take my jacket off, so. I sleep
Well,
in
actually,
the
yours being thicker leather, you wouldn't want to fold it. You'd want to hang it on a thick wooden hanger.
I sleep in it.
That is so bad for it.
Also sounds very sad. Are you okay?
Do you change ever? Like,
I mean, I changed the underclothes, but this jacket, it has my spikes.
right, the spikes, of course. So mostly, waiting, trying to figure out what we're doing next, whether or not we are indeed going back to the scene of our own crime, or perhaps
Nash actually
taking
came
a
up with a
smarter
plan.
alternate avenue.
To your point, Nash actually came up with a plan.
Okay,
We,
and looks at Nash, as there was an awkward pause.
plan. Yeah, I mean, I called somebody to see about some stuff and see if we can get some leads on where people are getting some stuff, but if we I don't, this isn't really my idea. I mean, it's more like a group collective idea. But if we go back to the place and sort of do a stakeout, if they're compromised like they are, they want to move the stuff, right? Which
Naturally.
we can find out their new place and track them there and find out even more about all this.
Or perhaps their actual base, because that seems more of an in-between.
We could try
I mean,
to
we
track
did-
them to the actual base, but no guarantees right now.
Oh no, for certain. What I fear with this is, how to put this accurately, if we are spotted near where there were fires recently without any credentials to okay us being there, it would be slightly obvious. We have ulterior motive.
I wasn't spotted.
Also, I think I can help with that.
I mean, my credentials might be of use, but I don't have anything for the rest of you.
I mean, as previously stated, I can go in essentially completely unidentified from the previous encounter. and I think I can come up with a cover for us.
That sounds like a great idea, because the other option is we sit in here and try to think of ideas, which was going very well, I'm sure.
We ended up talking about coats once again, so...
This is, so we have one option at this moment. Correct?
I mean, the other option would be trying to find some local criminals and see if they're selling any of the stuff, or see who's buying.
Ooh, see if they even know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, would I know where here there would be an access for a legal means to get this stuff? And perhaps a source that way, or...
Not necessarily.
Okay.
A lot of... I mean, okay, so... The answer would... Actually... Just roll me intelligence. Roll me intelligence.
Yes,
Beetle.
maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
That's an 18.
Ooh. Yes.
I look it up on the internet. I use the brain power and look it up.
You would know that the use of it is of course, highly regulated. Most of it is in Auroran, where it is used for classification purposes and removal of items. Some of it does get distributed out. Most of it is made also in Auroran, but there are some locations in Warfburg and Ithros.
So the fact that it is in
Vorak is a little strange.
Is very strange.
Yes, Ithros is probably the
to-
most likely due to the fact that they are inventors and engineers, and there are probably some that do experiments with it and such. And then Warfburg, they're traders, and there's also a black market. So, yeah, but Vorak is a little strange, a little on the outside of the place where they might use it.
Yeah, I will definitely share that with others. It's most definitely being imported. Most comes from my home, Auroran, but I mean, seeing it in other continents isn't strange per se, but Vorak is sort of out of its normal purview of use. This is a religious center for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, we can leave, but I would want to talk to Father Tobias before we head out.
I'm not even mentioning, suggesting leaving, more of finding out if those who have seedier contacts might have contacts outside of Vorak rather than more homebound contacts. If that makes sense. People who are known to be able to cross borders relatively easily without getting checked, because this would require a lot of paperwork.
What? Huh. Weird.
I am quite familiar with paperwork. I could help to tackle that end of the investigation.
I will be willing to go watch where the fires happened, still. See if anything popped up, since I can't do anything else.
I mean, we could do both. We got time.
Yeah. And as was previously stated, we not exactly ourselves last night, so changed back to our normal clothing, remove makeup and such. It might be the way to go.
Yeah. So, remind me again, Finn.
Mm.
Are you... What's your job? Because if you are a reporter, you might be able to talk to the cult and get some intel on it, like for a late publishing or whatever, or a secondary opinion. Second edition, or whatever it's called.
More of a liaison from Auroran?
Gesundheit.
Right. I am here because in the future there will be an audit between all of the cities, city-states, and such. And we were sent out to basically look into what each city is up to.
So you're like a tax collector.
Of information of sorts, yes. It's basically checks and balance.
So you're a cop?
No, I have no legal power. I'm more of an informant for?
I mean, we have the address for that place. You'll point to the vial. You can make a call, see what's going on.
I can most definitely call back home, but until we find a source here, I don't really have much to report back on other than there's some here, which I have allocated some of, and I most definitely need to call back about bottled.
Well, he has some more, by the way, and he's gonna hand Fen back his flask.
Oh, there's more. Good.
Yeah.
I can most definitely start reaching back out to my contacts back home. If that would be time well spent, for certain, while others are doing other important things. I just don't want to have us stuck in this hotel while we could be doing something more. We are, as I say, in the thick of it at this point with a cult. So I don't think there's going to be very many slow days.
One thing we're missing is a group to try to find the children.
I think that would be more the group who are watching the warehouse. Unless we want a group on the church.
But right now we have, or did we? I thought we already assigned the groups.
I didn't think we assigned groups yet, we just discussed plans.
Just discussed.
Yeah.
There have been no real assignments yet. Rim has offered to go watch the warehouse as we are all compromised, technically. Beyond that, we could have people watching the church.
Wherever I would be best, I'd be willing to watch. Like, I wasn't seen by anybody, so I'm just a little old lady on a corner to them.
Actually, having her go to the church might work out better because Trixie knows all of our faces. Did Ramita meet Trixie? Ramita met Trixie, right?
Yeah.
God, I would need to look at the
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
It wasn't last session. It was session before. Right. No, last session was just all burning.
You set one church on fire and a factory, and all of a sudden it's all you're known for.
And 3 houses.
That was not me.
We burned so much stuff.
I would like to reiterate, no matter what happens, we did everything as a group. We had a group consensus on it. It was all voted on.
We didn't vote on the arson.
I don't recall.
I was walking through a portal when someone lit a book on fire and then the building after it.
I would never act without everyone's,
I don't
opinions.
think that's what happened.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. So, Ramita can go to the factory, or not the factory. Go to the church. Try to meet up with Trixie again. Fen, you can switch up your phone, right?
I can.
Change your face. Okay. Might not be bad for you two to go together then. And then the 3 of us try and get to the factory. Scope it out, not break in, not do anything criminal, just watch it.
I'm content with that.
Candy for Trixie.
She has most definitely earned it after what we witnessed last night.
I mean,
If at all they show up at the church, that is. They were slightly attacked there.
To be fair, there was another church attack day before yesterday, and everybody met in the center of town.
That is true.
That
Were-
is fair.
DM, were one of the cultists the one in that interview at the new temple of Lythander? Was it one of the priests, or was it just priest rando number 3?
It was a rando. It was an interview of one of the buildings that Baldric set on fire.
I see. Okay.
It was not the church that you guys had wandered into.
I would point that out and say, isn't that a bit bizarre since it was one of the bigger fires? They didn't get a statement or anything like that on it?
Nope.
No, that's to the party.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's very possible none of them wanted to come forward as related to the church. They are running a cult, as it were.
But
Me,
I think it'd be
uh,
a little weirder that they don't say anything.
Yeah.
That their church was burnt down.
Also, the thing about no one taking any injuries during the second fire in the factory.
Yes, I most definitely crashed a scaffolding down on a couple of people.
It's fine.
There
If
should have
they
been, at the
do
very
have
least,
healing
injured
magic
bodies.
internally, though, they could have sought healthcare without seeking the authorities.
That is true. They might have potions that can make people heal instead of ones that talk to animals.
It is all, with what they've shown thus far, completely within the realm of possibilities.
So, you got a plan?
I do believe we have at the least the inklings of a plan. At that point, I'm gonna probably start going ahead and trying to get in contact with my teacher and stuff back in Auroran.
Oh.
I'm going to... That is a good question. Ben's paranoia is kind of up, so sending an email probably isn't the best idea.
Do you
I
have any?
will actually send...
Do you have a communication spell? It could be interpreted as an encrypted email.
Unfortunately, do not. I will, however, be vague with it and request that he get in contact with me really quick.
What do you say to Aren?
I've made some rather Logan, and would appreciate a second opinion on some of my findings. Give me a call at your earliest convenience.
Do you attach anything? A
Um,
photo or like, is there an attachment or is it just a?
No attachment, just signed below. Ever your ever you're a tentful student, Fenrana.
You get the confirmation that it was sent and received, but not opened.
Yeah. And would, with my father and family working more in the crafts section, would they have more of a knowledge on it?
Your who? Your father?
My father. He works, I believe, I put in, like, potions or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I typed. One sec.
I'm looking at it too. I don't think you gave them
Did I
a.
not give him an actual focus? I know I did in my head, but I didn't think... Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
I got the estranged relationship, but that's it.
Yeah, because Ben chose not to go to his same...
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't put an actual
Oh.
thing for him. Oh, well.
We will
Never mind.
sort that out
We'll
at
sort that
another.
later. Yeah.
So we have Rim and Fen going to the church as a stakeout, and the rest of the party going to the warehouse.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Everything assumed cleaned up by Baldric. Cleaning plates and everything is all stacked and neatly ordered, and everyone heads out to their separate locations. Rim, you were not at the church, so immediately you have no idea where to go. But Ben has, yes?
Yes.
Ramina did go with us when we went with Trixie.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
first time.
Oh, this is
I was
true.
there.
This is true.
Right.
Trixie did show you the location, but it was not. Okay.
I also
Thank
forget
you.
really easy, so
Yeah,
it's possible. I'm just like, I know the general area. I just have no idea.
Right.
No, exactly.
Um,
Which corner it actually is around. It could be this one or the one down the street.
Yeah, basically.
So you head out to the church. It is the same distance as it was before the first time. Little confusing the direction because you're coming from the hotel instead of the festival, which is absolutely gone, dispersed. It's no longer, and it's cleaned up rather nice. Main Street is functional as it was before. About a 15-18 minute walk, or if you take another route, it's even shorter. The front of the building, basic office, run-of-the-mill kind of area. The windows are tinted dark to keep sunlight from coming in and blinding anyone. Kind of like that 80s generic office building where people just put it up and just hope to lease it out. The front door opens with a push, and but this time it is blocked. There are ropes, tapes, do not cross signs, banners, multiple things blocking anyone from going in, and mostly keeping everyone from sneaking in kind of thing. There is a lock on the front door. What do you do after seeing that this place is quite locked down? Do not cross, police, etc.
Police investigation, all that now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would like to check around the back, not for a way in, just like for where potentially the smaller room was that we had seen the portal in.
Gotcha.
See if there's any like machinery and stuff like that on the outside of that I could like take a look at.
Okay. So you walk around the back, and there is a scorch mark the size of a door in the back of the on the wall. A wide brick wall. There's a scorch mark of the size of a door.
Does it look to be perhaps the remnants of the teleportation doorway, or just...
Roll me an investigation check.
Yes, ma'am. Up. Oh, that's a natural one.
It's a big black scorch mark.
It's very scary, especially with this place being covered in police tape and stuff. Maybe touching it just isn't the best idea.
Should I take a closer look at it as well, since I've been around for a hot minute?
What is your? Do you have a specialty in Arcana or anything like that?
I think so. Let me check the. No.
Roll for.
None.
Okay. No, this is not your up your alley for being as old as your character is. Especially with the established history that your character knows of magic and has been around magic and has seen the decline of use of magic, but at the same time increased in technology. So it could be both. It could be, magic. It could be technology. It could, who knows? It's all weird and wonky stuff. Do you do anything else?
Is there anyone around that we could talk to? See if they have seen the children recently, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Really, this is kind of more of an abandoned area. There aren't very many people walking around. If there are, they're going to their little locations. Maybe there's a rundown diner that has barely anybody in it. Most of the offices are empty. Says for lease or for rent.
The diner operates regularly?
The diner does not have hours posted on it. And you're pretty sure that when Trixie showed you, it said closed. And it's about, that was about late afternoon. This is mid-morning-ish. So yeah, it is kind of open, but it doesn't look like it is operational very,
Very regularly.
Uh-huh.
It's still at least worth a try, don't you think, Rem?
Yeah.
At least somewhat a regular face around.
We should try knocking. We're just trying to find the kids here or any sign of them, and I feel like a food place would be one of the best ways to go about that.
Especially if this is indeed a base of operation for the children. Right, in we go. And Rem will make their way across to the diner.
So it is, much like these rundown buildings, there's a parking lot in the area, so it's like around the corner. Actually, not around the corner, it's at the corner. And you go down, go inside, you hear this ding 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 of the bell that announces that you're coming in. Door, of course, you have to push open, so it's a little low on the tech. And there's almost nobody in there, and there definitely isn't anybody greeting you. There's a person behind the counter. It's kind of a deli, and they are just kind of sitting there reading, and then there's one person sitting at a table, kind of like a Subway.
Okay.
And they're at the booth, and they're just they look like they might be a patron, or they might work there. You're not sure. There's no uniform.
Yeah. I'll go up to the one behind the counter.
Okay.
Pardon me. We were wondering. Next door, your neighbor of sorts got burnt down. How to put this? There was a little girl that had shown me that church not that long ago, and I was slightly worried about perhaps where she had gotten off to. I couldn't see any remnants of anyone else there.
The person behind the counter is a sort of bulky person, kind of short, but also a bit tall. We'll say somewhere around 5'1", 4'9", that ish.
Okay.
So tall for halfling, tall for a dwarf, short for human-ish. They have facial features of each. Looks like they have maybe a 5 o'clock shadow going on. But they have beautiful eye makeup. And they look up from the counter, which has a display being projected out. Looks something similar to Tetris. Of a game that they were playing, and they look up. Yeah, I guess that got burned down, or something. I don't know. The kids, they just, yeah, and they didn't seem to be too interested in giving any more information if they have it.
I'm gonna give him a butterscotch over the counter.
I'll look at it.
Real
Just
quick,
kind of.
on the wings of butterscotch there, Vampire Butterfly did redeem a posture check.
Oh,
so
jeez.
one,
Okay.
thank you, Vampire Butterfly.
Thank you, VB.
And two, now we gotta follow through with that.
Posture check, sit up.
Oh no, now I'm too tall for
Make
the
me
screen.
sit up all proper and crap.
Shoulder over hips, neck over spine.
I think my model went up 1 sec. I'm gonna.
Mine are the other way around. My hips are on top and I put the shoulders in the bottom.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
There we go. I keep drifting. I don't know why I drift, but I drift.
Alrighty then. So. Yeah. They want to go back to playing their little Tetris game.
So, how much is a sandwich here? And Fenn's gonna look a little bit more meaningfully at them.
They look up, and it depends on the sandwich, but I think the most you'll pay is a megabyte.
And perhaps I were to buy some for the children. How much might that run me?
For a lot of them? I don't know, because come with new kids almost every other month. Like, I don't know if they stick around long enough, or if they're... usually it's around between 8 or 10. So, like, 5 megabytes?
And this I pop up, and I'm like, do you know which way they, like, take them at all? Because we've only ever seen them in the church or in the plaza. We want to bring the sandwiches to them.
No, they show up by a hover bus.
Is there perhaps a logo for the hover bus? That way I might be able to track them down.
I mean... No, it's mostly unmarked. Which is kind of weird, because, like, most hover buses have an ID, you know? Like... And they go in to describe what basically we would understand to be, like, a license plate.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have something like that, which, I mean, some of these non-profits can get away with it, but...
I'm too small of a church to be able to have that much pull.
It's... Yeah.
Have you noticed anything else that kind of stands out? Other than, you know, the different kids in the unmarked hover bus?
I mean, this one dude came in barking orders, trying to tell us what to do. Had a freaking shaved head, but it was trying to order for everyone, and we didn't get the order quite right, I guess, the first time, which I don't think I was here for that. But they didn't want to screw it. They didn't want us screwing it up a second time, I guess. But just that douchebag. Haven't seen him in a minute though.
I see. I'm trying to find the money measure thing. 'Cause I'm an idiot and forgot to save it. One moment.
It's in the pin of the chat.
Yeah, I'm scrolling down through it all, trying to figure out where it exactly.
It's also in money.
There it is.
Wait, no, it is. Hold on. I'll add it to the notes.
There it is. Okay, cool. Then Fen is going to... Where is my money?
Please remember, kids, this break is brought to you by capitalism.
I mean, we do have that sponsor.
We do, in fact.
We do, in fact.
Let me scroll back.
It's
in
not a
chat.
sponsor. It is a discount.
It is a discount
discount,
code.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
We're not sponsored.
I think the most we can say is maybe partnership.
Yes.
Code.
We don't have... We have a code.
We have
But
a
if you would
code.
like to sponsor us, definitely get
Hey.
in touch with the Adventures in Initiative organizers, and I'm sure they would be happy to help out with that.
Most definitely.
Pay us,
For those of
and
you
we'll
that,
continue to play games.
yeah. For those of you that have missed that code because it was earlier in the session, it is for War Games Delivered, which is miniature paint, as I understand. I'm not a miniature painter myself, but the code is Don't Break 10 for 10% off. So, you know, just something we can pass on your way. Thanks for watching.
Keeping that out of the side now. Yeah, Ben is going to pass them about 10 megabytes.
Looking at my personal chart, it's going to be 10 kilobytes.
Is it kilobytes?
It's kilobytes, yeah. The megabyte would be expensive for this area. Same
let's try to
price. Same price, like half for each person. So yeah, it would be 10 kilobytes for the whole.
Okay.
And
That's okay. Yeah, Meg was.
sorry, yeah.
Oh, cool. No, you're good. You're good.
So that would be 10 kilobytes subtracted from your amounts.
Yeah.
And they will go and start making those 10 sandwiches.
Actually, friend, that was just for you for being rather helpful. You have a very nice day, though.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I'm just gonna leave.
Just walking out.
Just
What about the
walking
dude
out.
on the bench?
Oh yeah, there was another dude.
There was another
That
person on the bench.
I forgot about the bench dude.
I'm gonna slip on into that bench, flip across the table. So, how long have you been around this area?
They too are playing a sort of game on their little device that's projecting out onto the table and looks very much like Mahjong. They kind of look up at you through their unibrow. Like, what?
Unibrows.
And they kind of don't really respond.
Okay. I was gonna ask him, like, do you know about the church across the street? We're trying to find the kids. There was one that was really helpful the other day. We're trying to give her some treats.
Not a response. Just kind of continues playing game. You're gonna have to do a persuasion
Oh gosh, okay.
check if you want to get them to open up.
Persuasion. Where are you? Okay.
This is a perfect lull in the moment to say that Bright Sword Sis just redeemed Hydrate.
Aw,
Have a drink.
thanks, Bright Sword.
Thank you so much. I will drink loudly so you know that I've done that.
Gulp.
There's
Uh,
lots
glug,
of weird
glug.
slurping involved here, apparently. Very.
I mean, I can finish off my drink out of my cup, but I think the erratic movement of my figure is kind of not an O, an A.
There's a chunk of ice
No.
in here, and it.
Don't.
Nice.
That's why I said Oaks. I wasn't expecting the clink noise. I wasn't making fun of you, Blood, I promise.
It's so good. That was also aimed at myself because the moment I said erratic, it was like, that's going to be misconstrued immediately.
Gonna be
Nice.
honest, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. I was too busy drinking my water.
As you should be.
I have become very wordy with this character, and so it's just spilling over into real life, Nikki. It's bad.
A 4.
Oh.
What's up? Okay, so you got a 4. Nice. Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're not really paying attention to you anymore.
I don't think he wants to talk to us.
You can try.
Sure. Pardon me, friend. If I might be able to distract you from that for just a moment, or perhaps challenge you to a game.
They just look up. Really? You think you can play this?
I can most certainly give it a chance.
All right. They hit a few buttons and it resets the table. Have a seat.
Oh gosh.
I have no idea how this is going to go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's gonna be fantastic, guys. Let's go. Yeah.
All right.
Ben will sit down across from them, and you said mahjong, right?
Yes. Something.
Okay, I do know
similar
how to play.
mahjong.
I do
Okay.
know how to play mahjong.
Right. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna treat it like so the dice you are gonna roll against me.
Rollies.
I'm sorry?
Are we doing rollies?
Yes, we're doing rollies. So what we're gonna do is gonna treat it kind of like war.
Okay.
Basically, best 3 out of 5. You have to roll a number higher than mine.
Okay.
If I roll
what
a
dice
number,
we're doing?
D20s.
Sounds good.
So if you get 3 out of 5, you win that round.
Okay.
Okay. So rolling now.
Boop.
3.
8.
Okay. Second one.
Yep.
3.
That is a. Please stop rolling. 15.
Okay. And 3 out of 5. So third.
Oh, that one's not gonna win. It's a 1.
19.
That's another 1 counter. I'm just gonna.
They've all been me this time.
It
Alright.
shows.
Fourth round.
Go.
8.
19.
Okay. You win.
This is quite an exhilarating game.
You're not bad. You're not bad for a beginner. They
Beginner's
look
luck, I
really
assure
defeated.
you. Beginner's luck, I assure you. Though, perhaps you could help me out a little bit.
Help you out. You just beat my butt at my favorite game.
Call it a token for a challenge. We can even play
Okay.
again.
All right. I guess I could be open to a rematch. What do you need?
The children at the church next door. How much do you know about them?
They scratch their head and they sit up a little straighter.
Insight check. Anything his dude says, I'm insight checking. I don't trust
So they're wearing a t-shirt, cargo pants, boots, and the hairnet, of which they, just scratched their head with. So the kids, yeah, I've seen them going through. They're not right. They come in real young.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see they leave. But some of them, it's like it's like another group of kids, but they look the same. I don't know, it's funny, it's weird. Some of them, they come in, they all look the same height, but when they leave, some of them are much taller.
Like they've grown.
Yeah.
In just a few days?
Yeah.
And with that, Ramita sits
That
up,
is interesting.
thinking about the dream.
Yeah. I didn't think much about it until I saw this one redhead. Because they had bright red, and it was hard to miss. Most of them, brown, blonde, boys and girls, and
Blend together.
this one redhead came in. Couldn't have been more than 6. And then just a few weeks, another one comes in. Look like they're 10 years old.
Aging 4 years and weeks.
I figured it was just a sibling. But they came in one time. Yeah, they came in and wanted a cookie. Said they were starving.
I see.
Intelligence check for both of you.
Is this a saving throw or just a regular?
It's a check. It's just a...
Okay. 14 for that, and I am gonna do insight if I can on this dude.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay.
As for my insight, it's garbage, 6.
Okay.
I'm very shocked at what he's telling me, and not looking too much further in, I guess.
Both of you got higher than a 12. You know of a red-headed child who looks about 8 or 10 that loves cookies.
Trixie.
Yeah.
Trixie Hobbitses.
But
Have you seen the redhead recently, in the last day?
I mean, kinda. Before the explosion at that other church that made the news.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a couple days ago. They'll be back, I'm sure.
Do you happen to know where they go when they're not in the area?
Nah. I mean, the bus just kind of shows up, drops them off, and then picks them up and takes them somewhere else. And they, it just kind of odd,
Indeed. Thank you.
But the bus, like, is a hover bus. It's an older model. It's pretty run down. If that helps.
It does, actually. Thank you very much. Do you want that rematch now, or shall I come back later?
Go ahead and come back later.
I promise I will. Thank you very much, by the way. This is most helpful.
Say thank you again and slip another butterscotch. That's gonna be my key. As we're walking away, I am gonna lean towards Fed and tell her about my dream. Or them about my dream, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. Okay. Night of...
Specifically the part where the grandkid slide and ages real fast.
Yeah.
So, weird coincidence.
Most assuredly. Have you had prophetic dreams before?
That's not how much I drink.
Do not believe that. Okay. You are most interesting, Miss Barometer.
At this point, we will cut to the rest of the group over at the warehouse. By the end of the time this conversation is been finished, you guys have finally gotten there. However, it was bus walking is good. Was longer of a trip. What do you all do? Stake out at the warehouse.
Yeah, I think that's the initial plan, is stake out, if we can, in, you said there were a bunch of abandoned buildings around the warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yep.
if we could stake out in one of those abandoned buildings, that would probably be dope.
Yeah. Also, make sure we should probably check the one we're going to be taking out and make sure there's not any people living in it.
All right, so roll an investigation check for that.
I will give assistance by giving you an extra second die to roll because I have terrible investigation.
Bold of you to assume that I have good investigation, but I'll roll it twice. That one's a 9. A 13.
Okay, you find a place nearby that you can hide out. It's pretty empty. A very small building. Looks to be like a former car sales lot office.
Cozy, dirty, kind of slimy, but it works.
Mm-hmm. So you stake out. Let me do a... Oh, that's a 12. There we go. Not too long, you see a door open on the warehouse that you are staking out at. See a couple people come outside. One of them lights up a cigarette, starts smoking. Another one just stand by. They start talking. What do you do? Do you do anything?
We probably should have gone to one of the local shops to try to pick up some bugs and see if we could try to get some of those hover drones or something.
What can...
I can't read lips.
Baldric, can you zoom
Neither
in?
can I.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can try that. And he's gonna try to look a bit more closely and see what he can glean from the conversation.
Like a
Okay.
mole from Atlantis with the zooming in eyes.
I will say, the telescopic eye is for appraising things up close. So when he tries to use it at a distance, it's not going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a 4 perception.
Okay.
Magic numbers.
Oh, we are fantastic tonight, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary friends.
Yeah, it looks like two people who are just having a conversation. And they...
Well, I see 2 individuals. They seem to be discussing amongst themselves something.
Thanks.
Happy to be of service.
So it looks like everything is situation normal for them over here.
Yeah. Is there any vans like the one that me and Rick saw before it vanished? Are there any unmarked vehicles in this area?
Let's see. No,
No.
you do not see any vehicles that were described as you saw that night.
Any name of companies or anything like that on the vehicles that we do see? Logos,
You-
brands.
Don't actually see any vehicles. There are no vehicles in the area.
There were when we left last night, though, right?
Do you remember?
I believe I wrote down that there were some vehicles. We didn't hijack them because Nash wanted to, play it safe for some reason. But
Gee, who would have thought that would be a good idea?
who would have thunk it? There were vehicles, but we did not snag any. But I don't remember what type of vehicles there were. But ain't that a bit bizarre? Or was that just me?
But all the things can move got moved away from the fire.
How many factories do you see only have 2 workers on it with no vehicles in the middle of the day? No security, no nothing?
I don't really visit factories in the middle of the day.
It could be an automated service.
That's a point. That's a strong point right there. These are the only 2 managers, and they decided to take their smoke break at the same time.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's like 4 managers, and they take it in turns to take 2 smoke breaks, so they have someone to talk to.
I'm gonna do a walk around. I ain't gonna break in. I'm just gonna see if I find anything interesting. Okay? I'll be on call with you the entire time. It'll be fine. Okay? And what's the worst that can happen, right?
I can think of a number of things.
Definitely nothing bad could happen whatsoever.
If you want to join me, you can.
Yeah, he's gonna join you.
So much
I think, should we all go, or should I stay here?
Well, keep us on the lookout. See if anyone else, any vehicles come by, we'll come back.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Also, see if actually, never mind. I don't think that'll work.
Okay, so Boston and Nash, y'all take a walk around. Do you go anywhere near where the 2 have come out, or do you go in a different direction?
So what Boston's doing, he's literally just gonna do like a perimeter check. He's just gonna like walk the entire area, and he's actually gonna be jogging to make it look like he's just like on a run. He's gonna take off his jacket and just be running. Literally just like seeing what he can find from just doing a quick like check around the entire building.
Okay.
Avoiding the front area where the 2 guys were, though.
Okay.
Nash is already in like a tank top and booty shorts, so that's good for a run.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 guys running around, trying to act casual. Roll a deception check.
Do we each roll a deception check, or do you want one of us to roll a deception check?
Yeah, one of you.
I'll roll it if you don't mind.
I mean, I will aid you.
You'll age me? I'm sorry?
Aid.
Oh, aid. Okay. I'm like, what do you mean you're gonna age me?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna make you look real old.
I'm gonna reroll this one, but the first one was pretty good. That's a natural 18 for a total of 22.
Nice. You're very convincing. You're 2 guys out on a jog, on a race.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And with that, what's your investigation? Or what's your perception? Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you want to
let's
give me
say
assistance on that?
We'll do each of the. Should we do each of these separate or together?
That is
Separate for do this perception separate.
You got it.
That's oof baboof. That's a 3.
I got a 13 plus 1 is 14.
Okay. Nash, you're having a good time running. You got the blood pumping. You're feeling great.
I feel like
you don't
Nash
really
is selling the deception right now hard.
Absolutely.
You gotta hands loose. If you're clenching them, you're losing energy. You know, you can really gotta. Arms are there to keep that momentum going. You know.
Really getting into the workout. Boston, you notice that the guys kind of see you guys. They look up and they notice you guys running, but they don't really do or say anything. They do, however, turn around and go inside. And then, as the door closes, a light comes on.
Anything else going on around the factory, or?
Not at the moment, just the fact that when the two walk in and the door shut, the light turned on. Baldric, roll a perception check. You're muted.
I'd rather not say what it was.
Oh
I
no.
believe that means add another one to the counter.
That does mean add another one to the counter, I believe.
Okay. So you guys run around the square, and you arrive back to where you started, right?
He would not do a direct path back to the building. He'd do the square around, and once we were on that same stretch of road, he'd go up basically 2 or 3 buildings and then cut across and like make his way back eventually, but take his time.
Okay.
After doing what he did for a long time, you know how to hopefully lose being tailed.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
You're not losing Nash
So-
that easy.
As you're running around him.
At one point, Nash challenges you to a race, and you actually run back to the location. When you get back, you get back to the building, and you go inside, correct?
Yes.
You open the door, you go to the door, you go inside, and you find an empty room.
Rick?
Did you lead us back to the right?
No, yeah, this is the place. This is my cigarette butt. It's still hot. I'm gonna call Rick.
There's no answer.
I knew I should have stayed.
I bollocks. All right. I'll try to just see if there's a radio signal or anything like that that might be his like GPS location or anything like that.
Not a sign. There's no trace.
No, not even like an investigation to like look around and try to see. There's just nothing.
I would say,
Roll an investigation.
Oh, good.
can I use like a survival roll to case the joint in some way and see if there's some sort of a. I'm sort of grasping at straws here. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, actually, to your point, Nash, can I use Divine Sense to see if I can detect any creatures that would be considered... it doesn't work as much as well as we like to. We can detect good and evil things, though. What's the alignment chart of these guys that probably kidnapped... Rick?
Turns out they're all true neutral.
Bastards.
What are you doing? Are you casting a spell? Are you doing investigation? What are you doing?
So with Divine Sense, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by a hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. If it's not behind total cover. I don't think that applies here, but I mean, I'm gonna roll the investigation check. But we're kind of boned if that's the plan.
So I'm guessing you're doing both.
I guess, but I don't think these guys are. I hope these guys aren't undead. So that's one of my divine senses and investigation. You giving me a hand, Nash, or nah?
Sure. Yeah. Nash is gonna sort of inspect the room as they go. So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay, that's much better than my 5. 12.
Not enough, though. You see a spot where you would expect a Baldric, but it's there's nothing there.
Nash? Remember I said we weren't going to go into that building until we had, had concrete proof or evidence and all that jazz?
Yeah.
Well, unless you got a better idea why they might have taken him.
Let's go get Baldric.
On that note, we're going to end tonight's session.
That is a heck of a line.
Well,
Y'all made jokes about how Boston was going to be the ones that no one expected it to be Rick.
Nick just got kidnapped. No.
To be fair, his story started with him being kidnapped.
That is also true.
Oh God, he's just a magnet for kidnappers.
No one can kidnap Rick except me.
No one can kidnap my little brother except for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ending tonight's session. It is late. We had a really good 3-hour run. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to do outros, and then we'll see you next week, hopefully. So let's kick it off with Benrana. I want to know, what are your characters' insights, and then throw out any social media that you might have that other people could check you out on.
As I do not know our dear robot friend has been kidnapped, I'm thinking, oh no, these people are either giving these children something to make them grow, or even worse, siphoning energy out of them, ? I don't know. Aha! So yeah. I am Bloodless King. I am on Twitch, Twitter, and just about everywhere else as Bloodless King. Once I get properly moved, I will start streaming again. I'm so sorry.
Boston, what is going through your character's mind, and then throughout whatever socials you have?
He's pissed because he wasn't even thinking for a second that someone might be trying to capture Rick for the situation that happened 3 days ago, which was very sloppy. But they needed a person to stay there and keep watch in case something happened. And he wasn't planning on.
Sorry, remind everyone what the 3 days ago was.
Boston kidnapped Rick 3 days ago, planning to turn him in for about the equivalent of like $7 million, something like that, like a stupid amount of money, and decided against it because he deserved a second chance to do whatever he wanted. And this is mostly completely Boston's fault. That Rick's here in the first place, mostly completely. So we're gonna do that, but I am just Brett everywhere, or the Cloaked DM, on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Check out my YouTube. I'm working on projects, and hopefully they'll be out by the end of this week or next, hopefully. But yeah, thank you for having me as always.
Awesome. And Tony, Nash,
Yeah.
what's going through your character's mind?
Nash is getting into game mode. All of the things that he has been worried about for a while are starting to fade away as he focuses in on get Baldric back. As he sort of slips into that, right? Like, there's a lot for him to worry about. He's not thinking about any of it right now. Yeah, so you can find me on mostly TikTok at Tony Will Edit. And we'll see what Nash comes up with next week.
All right. Darkness. What is going through Rim's mind? Ramita.
Rim is kind of starting to stress out because dreams that are related to something you just find out that's basically children being kidnapped, especially about your own family, is really not a good thing to be having. So all I can think about is Viper right now, and if I should actually like go check on them. So that's Rim's head.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any social media really, so
Tony, please, we skipped your social. Did you want to throw out yours?
We didn't. I said it.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm.
Just
Sorry.
again, in case you
That
forget,
moment
I'll
when the
take the
DM
space
doesn't care to listen.
of Darkness's social. You can find me at Tony Will Edit on TikTok.
I thought you had more than just TikTok, and my brain was just like, no, he didn't finish.
I mean, I do, but I mostly do stuff that people would be interested on TikTok. You know, that's the one people want to actually find.
Don't forget
I
our
want to see
coupon
your
too.
Fiverr account.
Baldric, what was your character thinking or feeling up to the point of just watching their friends go on out for a jog?
So, having not considered the possible repercussions of the fires, he started the session feeling kind of bad. Because not everybody's as impressed in what he thought at the time was a good idea. So he was like reeling from that and like trying to figure himself out from there. And then there was this really great plan, and they're going to go investigate. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna watch the car. Things are good. And now he's like, dude, being free sucks. Everybody just wants to kidnap you.
It's funny because it's also accurate in real life.
Your socials?
Oh, yeah, you can find me as Sanguine Reverend or Sanguine Rev in most places. I'm available on TikTok, and I mean, that's the main source, but I also publish some things on D&D Beyond and mess around in various places on the internet.
Nice. Well, I am Gear Sparks. You can find me as Gear Sparks on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, probably a few others that I've forgotten. We will all see you. Well, most of us will see you next week. I believe somebody is taking off. We will find out what happens to our party and missing player or missing character next Wednesday, 9:30, same channel, same time. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Breaking Character next Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern. Of course, that is 6:30 Pacific time, and multiple time zones in between. We can't wait to see you there, to see what other wacky and weird stuff the cast and crew gets up to. Until then, have a great week, y'all.